Enjoy.
We do have breaking news to bring to you, and I'm actually going to read the statement
Puppies
straight from the
that
White
play.
House right now. They are announcing that President Joe
Biden died?
Hard. You need
What?
these. All you need is 3 minutes, and once you try it, you'll
He
never
passed
regret
out
working again.
and brain aneurysm? What
But
the
we do have
hell?
breaking news to bring to you, and I'm actually going to read the statement straight
No!
from the White House right now. They're
Harry's the
announcing
president.
that President Joe Biden has indeed tested positive for COVID-19. Getting some breaking news in from the White House now. We are learning the president has in fact tested positive for COVID-19. He is vaccinated. He's had his 2 boosters. He has been twice boosted, so that means he's got 4 shots at this point.
Meanwhile, Harris is a partying. It's over with. I said when Young Turk and CNN starts reporting about the truth of Biden, it's over.
This one's a doozy.
I don't know what you guys usually do when you're pissed off, but I just go, ah!
That makes it ugly.
The side of the family that wants to kick me out is my white side.
This isn't about creating a hierarchy of fatness.
Which is not true, but it's also okay if fat people have diabetes.
Right.
Thin and fat people have the exact same rate of developing diabetes.
Right.
It's misleading to say that fat people are unhealthy.
Fellow fat people, what's something that you do that you're pretty sure really pisses off thin people?
Sometimes I post a lingerie or a bikini photo. Comments from friends. You're
Why
so
would you
brave.
do that?
You're so confident. I wish I had
I can tell you one thing with certainty, that never happens.
your confidence. When they themselves have photos of themselves in lingerie or bikini on the beach.
Right.
Yet when they do it, it's fine. But when I do it, that's brave. That's courageous.
Well, since the
It's
new norm is
disgusting.
saying brave, I stand with, validate, all that, she should take it as a compliment that they're being nice to her, but she doesn't like it, so I guess that's not fat acceptance, so you know.
Your body like that? Oh my god. And despite fat people giving you the real information, you decide to invalidate our experience.
I am so sick of validating, invalidating experiences. Your experience is your experience. I don't have to validate it to make you feel good in your brain. That's your problem. Seek mental health counseling immediately.
To know more about health and weight, I strongly suggest that you go on the website Health at Every Size, or that you Google studies that show that your weight is not an indication of your health. You can't judge someone's health simply by how they look.
I know, there's exceptions. Your Aunt Esther lived to be 100. She was 400 pounds. But let's get back to reality, if you allow me. People that
Yeah,
are
she
morbidly
ate all the
obese, you don't
grandkids,
see
too.
living to be 100. If you look into hospital ICUs, when people had the cough, they tended to be either one, out of control diabetes, or they had
Fat,
kidney problems,
or
and
old.
overweight. So let's get back to reality if we can.
You can't judge someone's lifestyle solely on their weight. We are giving you a chance to do better
No.
and learn.
On second thought, I don't want to do better. But the reality is none of us really care if someone's fat, but all the whining and complaining. Look at me, I'm healthy, 5'2", 400 pounds. We all know that's not healthy, but you can have the delusion if you want. If it
The
makes you
whole
feel
world's
better.
in a delusion.
But the rest of us realize that's not healthy. You realize
can be a
that, but
boy,
you
you
can't lie
can be a
yourself
girl.
to being healthy.
Before you go
Naked
comment on
and
another
babies.
plus-size content creator.
Right.
Freaking clown world.
Especially if you are crossing their boundaries multiple times.
Oh yeah, this one's a doozy.
Oh,
This
God,
one's
this
a real
is-
doozy to get your mind around. Because we want to believe that the medical community isn't impacted by diet culture nonsense, but they are, because the worldwide diet industry is a $2.5 billion industry every year. And here in the
And I
United
bet
States,
your
it's
fast
$80
food
billion.
industry
So there's
around your
a lot
house
of
is a
money
billion
globally.
dollar
I can tell you what's the
industry,
big
you
industry
hazard.
is treating people that have problems because they're morbidly obese, dealing with their diabetes.
Stop
They can't
blaming other
breathe.
people for you
That-
feeding
you
yourself.
get it. So the diet industry, yeah, it's a little bit.
We
like
ain't
wonky,
force
but
feeding
people
you.
Shoving too much food in their mouth is the problem. Now I get it. Some people have
Acceptance
an
is
eating
not the
disorder,
answer.
They're overweight. But saying this is healthy is because of the diet industry. Come on now. The diet industry is just a symptom of you being fat.
It's like a sepsis ain't gonna make transsexuals stop killing themselves.
Anti-fat stigma. We want to believe that the doctors and the healthcare workers
They want every kid to be
above
like
the
that.
stigma, and that they're devoted to science. And I think individually they are, but there's no way that the research and the messaging and the propaganda isn't getting involved and embedded into the healthcare system. And this is just one little piece of evidence to show that.
As you guys know, always follow the money. So what would the pharma industry want? A bunch of young, healthy people that are not on their meds, or fat people? What do you think makes them more money?
Because let's talk about this. It's mostly white families that do this shit. Ever heard of multiple generation homes? I'm also Hispanic.
Right.
On my dad's side, my grandpa lived with us for many, many years. The side of the family that wants to kick me out is my white side. Also, an even bigger point, do not have kids if you think there's
You're not an
White
old
side of her
person.
family wants to kick her out, but there's usually two sides to a family. So if the white side does that mean the Hispanic side acquiesces to the kicking out of the fatty?
expiration date for taking care of them. I stand firm in the belief that you can't just kick your kid out once they turn 18. When you have a kid, you sign up to take care of them for life.
Hold on a second. If you want me
You
to take
lazy
care of you
bitch.
for life, but it comes with some rules. So you're gonna have, if you live in my house, you have to do chores, take care of things, pay some bills. Also, if I'm paying for all of your shit, I'm gonna have some control over you. That's how life works. So if you want to do whatever, be a fatty, sit in the basement and play video games, okie dokie. But if I'm required to take care of you, I'm gonna say, hey, honey, you're getting too fat. I'm taking care of you.
I'm a full-time student about to get my master's. First generation, actually. Parents
Let me
absolutely
guess.
have an
Gender
obligation
role.
to their children.
Degree.
Honestly, letting them live in the smallest bedroom in your house while they pay every single one of their own bills and the family pet's bills, that's the minimum.
People, what's something that you do that you're pretty sure
Oh,
really
so
pisses
she
off
wants to
thin
live
people?
there for free
An
with her
experience I
pet.
have pretty regularly is that when I'm out and about in the city and let's say at a crosswalk and I'm waiting for the light to change,
That's fine.
it happens pretty often that a skinny person will walk in front of me expecting me to move very slowly.
Now this guy's just being hypersensitive. The skinny person's just trying to get to where they're going. They don't care if you're fat. You could be a fat fitness runner, I doubt it, but let's just go with the delusion. They're not getting in front of you because they think you're fat. They're getting in front of you because they want to get somewhere ahead of you.
And then when the light changes, I inevitably have to pass them because I walk pretty quickly, and the look on their face is always like annoyed and bewildered that a fat person moves faster than they do, and then we often end up in this kind.
That's not.
No
what
one
we
gives
do.
a
Let's just
fuck.
go with the delusion. It's fun to make up stories that. Imagine this: you're at a crosswalk. There's a skinny person, a fat person. There's a big race going on, and that's what he's actually telling us.
It's like fake race because they can't deal with the fact that I move quicker than they do.
Reasons why if that person never went to
That's the
again,
best.
part 12. For context, I was on the elliptical, and yes, I did.
Junior!
Many of us have spent years, if not decades, building financial models and spreadsheets. Some of us are expert modelers.
What are you able to do?
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Get woke, go broke. Another get woke, go broke video is what I got for you guys today. And whenever we cover one of these topics, we always gotta give the mic to Don45, President Donald Trump, to kick off the video right.
Everything woke turns to okay?
Everything woke turns to ish. Donald Trump said it right, and of course he is absolutely accurate, right on the money, and it's happening
Ask
once again.
Disney.
This time
Ask
to woke
Coke.
Starbucks. Starbucks
Ask
is allegedly closing 16 stores over employee
Allstate.
safety concerns. Essentially, they're
Ask
closing stores over
Walgreens.
rampant
Ask
drug use
Starbucks.
crimes in
Ask
5 major
AT&T.
cities. I wonder if those are Democrat
Yeah, I
cities.
mentioned
No, of course
Coca-Cola.
not. They couldn't be. So it's very similar to what we covered with Walgreens closing 17 stores in California not too long ago, except the only difference is Walgreens has been a very vocal critic against woke prosecutors and lenient policies in the state of California and other big Democrat cities. Starbucks has been more of a promoter of the woke doctrine, I guess we could say. I'll show you guys what I mean by that, involving a major example from I think a year, maybe 2 years ago. So of course we got some stuff to get into. Let's continue on the saga of everything woke turns to ish. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so here's the report. Starbucks to close 16 US stores because of crime and rampant drug use. Starbucks is shuttering 16 store locations nationwide after store managers reported a surge in drug use among customers and outsiders, as well as an increase in crime in certain areas. 6 Starbucks locations will be closed in the company's hometown of Seattle, and 6 more will be shuttered in the Los Angeles metro area. 2 Starbucks restaurants will cease operating in Portland, Oregon, while 1 store each will close in Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. What do you notice about all of the city names that were just
They even have syringe disposal in the
We're talking about Democrat strongholds that fully subscribe to the woke legal doctrine, leniency on criminals, and even beyond that, essentially endorsing criminals in certain ways. Every single one of those cities are the worst offenders. Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. Those are the exact places that we have been reporting on when it comes to the crime surge, when it comes to woke prosecutors who refuse to prosecute crimes, the totally hands-off legalization of drugs, which look, could be decent policy if it's done properly, if you're actually caring for these people. But of course, as we know with these liberals, they take a hands-off approach and just let crime fester. We're not going to prosecute drug users is what they say, which is fine. You probably don't want to criminalize people who are struggling and people who have serious problems, but the idea that you should just let them roam the streets and wreak havoc across the city, let them run rampant, committing crimes all over, breaking into people's homes, stealing from...
I always thought I was pro-life until I found myself in that place. I just was not in a position to bring in a baby into my life. It just didn't fit. All of the variables that were involved at that time, I was divorced. I was a single mom raising 2 kids on $30,000 a year. I just felt like I just couldn't handle it. So I was supposed to have lunch with a friend, and I called her and I postponed it and said, you know, this is what's going on in my life.
I'm a loser, baby.
And a bunch of people got together and prayed, and they prayed that God would change my heart. And I just felt like I was pretty much on my own. I just felt like I had to take it and have an abortion. So I went in, set the appointment, went in, and the doctor, there was an instrument, you know, and then he turned on the machine and the suction and all that happened. And I
want to hear about your abortion.
But I just felt
Free.
this has got to be the right thing.
Good job. Good job, guys.
Had the abortion.
Abortion commercials.